What's up, everyone in YouTube land? This is Multi-Hunter 24/7. Coming at you today. I've got a video that I've had a lot of people asking me, well, what do you use when you go hog hunting? I've got several, obviously, quite a few guns, several rifles. I normally use my 25-06 when I deer hunt, but when I hog hunt, I use mainly because of I can set it up like I want to with all the different attachments and stuff. I use a 223 AR-15. Mine here in particular, Sharp Rifle Company AR-15. And right now, you can tell I've got a 30-round mag in it. Never know. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk in the media and all that stuff about extended clips, but with the amount of hogs we get down here, they're very much needed. So anyway, I like to use 60 to 64 grain range on my actual rounds that I shoot through it when I'm hunting hogs. Here lately, I just got it sighted in and been shooting the regular standard 55 grain. I always use soft points for hunting. And anyway, not to go on and on, because the video could last forever. I just started, but like I say, it's a Sharp Rifle Company AR-15, and I have a suppressor on it. It's made by Dead Air. It's a Dead Air suppressor, and it's the Nomad model. And basically, I can shoot anything from a 30 caliber down with it. So my dad gave me his 30-06. Once I have the barrel threaded for that, I can use the same suppressor for that. I've got my 25-06 deer rifle threaded for the suppressor. I've got my wife's 270 threaded for the suppressor. Of course, the AR already comes threaded for that. You just gotta buy an adapter that will allow this to fit onto it. Anyway, but that's that. People are gonna ask what these lines are. When I very first bought this rifle, the hogs weren't as plentiful, and I had this bride. A piece of strapper tape every time I killed one. Well, I learned real quick that I was going to run out of room because I got killed a lot of hogs, and I just never had to take those off. But that was when I first got the rifle. But man, this is a sweet little setup. I've got the ATN X-Sight 4K Pro scope on it. It's got tons of good features. Also, there's also an infrared illuminator on here because this is just standard night vision scope. And we'll go more into the scope later, but that's basically it. Just a standard AR-15 with a nice night vision scope on it, with an infrared illuminator, which makes it bright even when you ain't got no moonlight. This right here can go out to 200 yards or so, and get illumination through the night vision. We'll pick that infrared up and allow you to see in complete darkness. But man, I tell you what, I think personally that I love the suppressor. I think it's just awesome. You don't have to wear hearing protection when you're going sighted in or target practice. And then two, say if you're in a big field and you want to go off and shoot, or say there's a herd of pigs on this end, you shoot into that herd of pigs. Well, if it's a big enough field, you've got another herd over here, you're not scaring off every hog in the whole countryside. You can sneak up on the other herd on the other side of the field and get them that way. And then I've also been hunting in the brush and shoot a pig, and not that much longer, here comes another one right out. So the suppressor has done me a lot of good. I just really like it. I wish I had more than one, but I don't. Another question that comes up is on the AR-15. Does it have enough ump? And in an ideal situation, I would have another gun other than a 223. If you put the bullet where it's supposed to go, you ain't gonna have no problems with any caliber really. But in a nighttime situation, we all know sometimes that's easier said than done. So if you had a larger caliber, you'd have more knockdown power in case your shot was a little bit off a little bit. But normally I'm in a situation where I can be close enough to where I can take my time out, get a good shot, and put them down, or they won't go very far, even with a 223. So. All right, folks, here's a closer little look at my hog hunting setup. It's got, like I said, it's the Sharps Rifle Company. There's a stamp on it. There's a little logo. You don't see a lot of this kind. You know, a lot of the popular ones are your Winchesters and your Colts and all that good stuff. And of course, there's a ton of different brands. But when ARs first started getting popular back is when I got mine, and it was a little shop, local shop, and this is what they had, and they were running a good deal on them. So this is what I got, and I've had it ever since. But that's the rifle. It's got a Picatinny rail on top and on the gas block, and then it's got an adjustable stock here. And then here's the scope. You got your side knob on the side here that actually shows a zoom. You know, that's actually what zooms it in. You can go to, the scope is a 3x14x, and that's what operates that. And then you got this focus right here that actually shows the crosshairs and will actually clear them up if they're, you know, kind of get them in focus. And then you got this end right here, which is actually focusing whatever you're aiming at. If it's close, you can, you know, make sure it's in focus there. If it's farther out, you can make sure it's in focus. And like I said, this is the infrared illuminator. Takes 2 little lithium batteries. It's a dull red, but that's what allows it to shine and for the scope to pick up the light at night. There's a closer look at the suppressor. So, and as far as, you know, it's not really a review. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I use for my hog hunting gun. But as far as if I was to give it a review, you know, I've already said the AR-15, yeah, it'd be nice to have a larger caliber, but the AR-15 with the 223 round gets it done. Now the scope, man, I'd give it a great review. As long as you stay current on your firmware, because you download it, and which is through these little side ports here. It tells you, it has step-by-step instructions, but you got your memory card on one side, and then your charging port, and also how you hook up to the computer is the same way. And that's how you download the current firmware. Because I did have an issue to where it kind of froze up on me, and then I got it back to working, and it was real fuzzy at night on my night vision. And so I downloaded the current firmware, and I hadn't had that issue yet, and resighted it in and got it good to go. Okay, here is the actual box that the Dead Air Nomad suppressor that I have on my AR-15 came in. It's got a real nice little hard case. It's got extra good clasp, and anyway, just open it up. It's got a desiccant moisture wafer in there to keep the moisture out of it, and got a nice foam protective pad inside to protect it. And it comes with the wrench to tighten it and loosen it, and then it comes with an instruction booklet and all that good stuff. That's the box that the Nomad suppressor came in. And to go in a little more detail about the scope that I got, it's an ATN, like I said, X Sight 4 Pro 3x14 Smart HD day-night rifle scope. And these are some of the things that it does. It's got the vivid imaging. You can record HD video, ballistic calculator, dual stream video. This recoil activated video, it didn't work as good as I expected it to. So basically on top of the scope, I just hit the record button, and when I get ready to shoot, I'll hit it beforehand, and that way I'll catch the whole hunt on video rather than have the recoil, which 223 is a little bit light for it to activate it, I think, but it'll actually turn it on when it feels that recoil. It's a smart range finder, a compass, dual core processor, And then it's got a share button where you can share it directly to social media through Wi-Fi, because you've got an app that you download to your phone, and it's called the Obsidian app by ATN. And once you do that, you can actually operate the scope through your phone, really, and which is a pretty cool thing. You can actually put it on the screen itself. And so say if my wife was hunting and we had the scope on and she was actually the shooter, I could watch her aim through my phone and see exactly what she's seeing through the scope just by me looking on the phone. I could do the zoom, all that good stuff. Anyway, it's a little tricky to get it sighted in, but once you figure it out, and it's not bad at all. It has more instructions on how to do your firmware and all the stuff that it comes with. Love night vision. There's this little eyepiece you can screw on to where it kind of holds it right up to your eye, and it kind of darkens all the any kind of light that's seeping in through your peripheral vision. You can eliminate that with this piece right here. Comes with this little thing you can put on the stock, holds extra shells, holds a battery pack, which it comes with. And I bought this off of Optics Planet. They run some great deals on hunting optics or shooting optics. But it's got this battery pack here, and it's supposed to last a long time. I don't know how many hours, I can't remember right offhand, but you won't have no battery issues, let's put it that way. But honestly, I haven't had any battery issues. It's just the battery, that's the internal battery that you keep charged in the scope. The only thing I have had issues with batteries on is the actual infrared illuminator. It seems to eat batteries pretty quickly if you got it on the brightest setting. Other than that, man, I hadn't had any kind of issues, so I love it. Took a lot of hogs with it. Would recommend it for anybody. It's a quick video to show you what my rifle is equipped with that I use for hog hunting. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good one.